Hello everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer and welcome back to Diablo 4. Now, today, rather than playing my sorcerer that I've been using that I changed the equipment, the cosmetic stuff on, that's why he looks so different. I'm gonna play my seasonal character that I've been playing because this character is ridiculously strong right now. I also created a seasonal sorcerer that I've been using for I've been using a guide from, was it Icy Veins that I went to for it, for chain lightning sorcerer, which is ridiculously powerful. Believe it or not, this character I went into the capstone dungeon, the cathedral, at level 37. Came out of it at level 38 and went into Nightmare at 38. This character is ridiculously strong. But I'm going to be playing this one because I've been playing on World Tier 4 with this character and I'm doing pretty good. And this is a build, I didn't go by any builds. I just kind of, when I first started the character, I want to make an Earth Druid. So I started out going with Earth skills, and as I found some different items and a couple of legendary things that I liked, a couple of other things, a unique helmet that I liked, I've built this character based on the equipment that I've found, still sticking with being an Earth Druid, and the seasonal stuff. And I have created a character that is pretty damn powerful. So, for my equipment, I've got Vasili's Prayer for the helmet, which Earth skills are now also Werebear skills and fortify you for 9. Incredibly powerful with the other stuff that I've got. That's the only reason that's still sacred. Everything else is ancestral. That is still sacred because I have not found an ancestral one of that helmet. Then we've got Warlord Plate of Mending Stone. So the duration of Earth and Bulwark is increased by 6 seconds. In addition, killing an enemy with Earth skills replenishes 233 of your active Earth and Bulwark's barrier. Rapid Doom Gauntlets. Basic skills gain 27% attack speed. Earthguard Sovereign Tacits. Gain 18% bonus amount to your next Earth and Bulwark for each enemy you crowd control up to a maximum of 100%. Doom Treads of Audacity. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for 3 seconds. This can only occur once every 20 seconds. This, unfortunately, I will not be able to keep using after the season. I will keep the weapon, but that aspect of the Stampede is a seasonal only aspect. So if I go to switch to a different weapon, I will lose that aspect afterwards. But Wolf's Bite of the Stampede. Gain 1 additional companion. In addition, your companion skills deal 16% bonus damage. This, paired with this, is a ridiculously powerful combination. Skinwalker's Chain. When you use a shape-shifting skill that changes your form, gain 707 life. If you are at full life, gain the same amount as Fortify. Then we've got Starlight Circle. Gain 26 of your primary resource for every 25% of your life that you heal. Ring of Retribution. Distant enemies have an 8% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds. When they hit you, you deal 10% increased damage to stunned enemies. And then Subterranean Primordial Fetish. Poison Creepers active also casts Landslide, which is an Earth skill, in a circle around you. Earth skills deal 20% increased damage to poisoned enemies. So, let's just take a look at my stats here. This stuff, not really a big deal. Resistances are all maxed. Weapon damage, weapon speed, attack speed bonus. Critical strike chance isn't that great. Critical strike damage ain't that great. Versus crowd controlled is okay. Critical strike damage with earth, 73.7%, not bad. Overpower chance, 3%. Overpower damage, 666.3%. That is a lot. Overpower damage with werebear, 157.5. Vulnerable damage, 20%. All damage, 50%. Damage with poison, 24%. Damage with basic, 40%. Damage with earth, 46.7. Damage with werebear, 67. Damage with werewolf, that's just from some of my equipment. Damage versus crowd controlled, 70.5%. Damage versus slowed, 34.5. Damage versus stunned, 27.7. Damage versus healthy, 62.5. Damage versus poisoned, 18%. Damage while shape-shifted, 14.2. Damage while werebear, 36.9. I've got 1,800 thorns. Maximum life, all healing from potions armor, 5,000. Werebear armor, 6%. Damage reduction from poisoned, 15.3. Damage reduction while fortified, 17.7. Fortify bonus, 61.5. Barrier bonus, 16.5. Dodge chance, 4.1. So, all that is to show this character is incredibly powerful against stunned, poisoned, crowd-controlled enemies, which I am doing a lot. My basic skill is Earth Spike. Sunder the earth, impaling the first enemy hit for 2990 damage. Also has a 10% chance to stun for 2.5 seconds. I didn't realize Landslide is only at rank 3 of 5. Okay. I'll have to upgrade that. Take something from somewhere I'm not using it. Hold on. Oh, I suppose because I'm not. Let me check something.
I cannot do that here.
Okay, there we go. Shape-shifting and werebear are added now. Oh, it also increased the damage of it. Okay. Crush enemies between two pillars of earth, dealing up to 12,598 damage. After it damages enemies 4 times, the next hit will immobilize enemies for 3 seconds. When you strike an immobilized or stunned enemy with Landslide, an additional pillar of earth is formed. This is just for protection mainly. Although with one of the seasonal things, it does have an offensive use as well. But rocks surround you for 9 seconds, granting A barrier that absorbs 81% of your base life, 3,309 in damage. Earthen Bulwark makes you unstoppable while active, which is very useful. Rock Shrapnel flies outward when Earthen Bulwark is destroyed or expires, dealing 4,199 to surrounding enemies. This damage is increased by barrier bonuses. Poison Creeper, we've got 2 creepers that are out moving around. Passive, 2 poison creepers periodically emerge from the ground every 7 seconds, applying 7,018 poisoning damage over 6 seconds to an enemy in the area. Active. Vines strangle all surrounding enemies, immobilizing them for 3 seconds and poisoning them for 52,642 damage over 6 seconds. Boulder. Unearth a large rolling boulder that repeatedly knocks back enemies, dealing 9,015 damage with each hit. When boulder reaches the end of its path, enemies hit are slowed by 30% for 3 seconds. If it overpowered, enemies are stunned for 4 seconds instead. Well, you have any fortify, boulder has 20% increased critical strike chance. And then I've got petrify for my ultimate. Encase all nearby enemies in stone, stunning them for 4 seconds. You deal 30% increased critical strike damage to enemies affected by Petrify. Against bosses, the critical strike damage bonus is increased to 50% and its duration is increased to 7 seconds. Killing an enemy affected by Petrify grants 25 spirit. So... that's not what I wanted. So, this season we've got vampiric powers. The ones I'm using, I won't run down the whole seasonal aspect, I'll just show you what these powers do for me. This one, Prey on the Weak. You deal 16% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Enemies are vulnerable while affected by a vampiric curse from your other vampiric powers. That's useful. Blood Boil. When your core skills overpower an enemy, you spawn 3 volatile blood drops. Collecting a volatile blood drop causes it to explode, dealing 1601 to 2403 physical damage around you. Every 20 seconds, your next skill is guaranteed to overpower. We've got a Cursed Touch. Lucky hit up to a 44% chance to inflict vampiric curse on enemies, which ties in with this one, causing them to take increased damage from me then. Afflicted enemies have a 15% chance to spread it to other enemies. Vampiric Curse's stored souls deal 200% increased damage. That is what I was saying about this is given an offensive aspect to it. When I activate this, it releases up to... you can have up to 8 charges of the stored souls from the vampiric curse. And they are released and deal damage to enemies when you use a defensive skill like that. Hemomancy. Your attacks deal 80% of your maximum life as physical damage to nearby enemies. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds. You heal for 1% of your maximum life for each enemy damaged this way. And Domination. You deal 24% increased damage to enemies who are stunned, immobilized, frozen, or feared. If they're also injured and not an elite, they're instantly killed. Then my spirit boons, of course, I've got for the Druid. I've got gained 613 thorns. I'm thinking I might see if I can go to something different that would help more. That one might actually be more useful. because the thorns is nice, but it's not that useful for the build. Then I've currently got gain 10% attack speed. We've got 5% increased critical strike chance, 14% maximum life, or 30% critical strike damage. I'm using the attack speed one right now. Okay, this one I am spirit bonded with the wolf, so I can select 2 from this one. The ones I've got are Energized, dealing damage, has up to a 15% chance to restore 10 spirit, and Bolster, fortify for 15% of your maximum life when you use a defensive skill. And then this one we've got Obsidian Slam. Every 20th kill will cause your next Earth skill to overpower. I'm relying a lot on overpowering and damage against crowd-controlled enemies. Lightning damage has up to 4%. Okay. Then my Paragon stuff. In this slot I've got Werebear, so I'm gaining 16.9% damage while in Werebear form, and I gain 10% damage reduction while in Werebear form. Then here we've got Earth and Power, plus 30% critical strike damage with Earth skills, and 10 plus 10 willpower. We've got your Earth skills deal 10% increased critical strike damage, increased by 20% of your damage versus crowd controlled bonus, up to 40%. We've got plus 6 resistance to all, plus 10 willpower. We've got 200 armor, plus 4% potion healing. 6.5% damage over time reduction, and 6% resistance to all elements. I haven't put one into this glyph into this socket yet, simply because I can't put one in there that I can gain the benefit, that I can gain the additional bonus from. So I've just kind of been holding off until I can find it. Well, you know. Anyway, I just haven't put one in there because I can't fully utilize one in that slot yet. 30% damage to crowd-controlled enemies, plus 15% critical strike damage to crowd-controlled enemies. And then up into here we went with the Werebear one, so Ursine, we've got plus 10% Werebear skill damage, plus 90% overpower damage. And we've got 8% damage reduction while fortified, 6.5% fortified generation. We've got, while in Werebear form, you deal 1% increased damage up to 50% for every 1% difference in current life percent between you and the enemy. Battle-worn hide, 4% total armor while in Werebear form, plus 10 willpower. Haven't quite gotten enough to get the second thing from this, but plus 28.7% critical strike damage with Earth skills. I realize Werebear should be here, Earth should be in the other thing, but it doesn't matter. Grizzly, we've got 20% damage while in Werebear form, plus 10 willpower. And then this one, plus 50% damage to healthy enemies, plus 100 armor. So I am doing pretty damn good with this character, especially considering it's nothing I really went by any sort of a guide for. I just kind of went with what I found and what I thought sounded good. And it's turned out pretty damn good so far. So yeah, every time I use my basic skill, I turn into a werebear. Every time I use my core skill, I turn into a werebear. Anytime I use my defensive skill, I turn into a werebear. If I use my boulder, turn into a werebear. If I use my ultimate, I turn into a werebear. So, essentially, the only one that doesn't turn me into a werebear is using this one. But it does cast the landslide around me, so there is still an earth portion to that. But anyway, every time I hit, every time I attack, I'm turning into a werebear, which means every single attack, I gain 707 life, or 707 fortify if I'm at full health. So this is just... this combination that I just happened to stumble across has been ridiculously powerful.
I'm not ready yet.
And I can't believe that I kind of just happened upon this thing. I mean, it is very much similar to some of the builds that I was seeing on like Icy Veins and stuff, but this was something I did before I even thought of looking at builds for stuff. This was one, like I say, I just kind of went with what I found and what sounded good, and ended up creating something that's actually rather similar to some of the other powerful builds that are out there, but not... like, this isn't gonna be something where I'm gonna be able to run high-level nightmare dungeons. This isn't something I'm gonna be able to push way up to, like, 100 in nightmare dungeons and shit, like some of your other builds could. So, after the season ends, I'm thinking I will be changing things a little bit. But as of right now, I am really liking this build that I've got going. I mean, it's not anything particularly powerful, but it's strong enough that I'm doing pretty damn good in Torment with it, so I'm happy. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how this build is working for me. Could it be better? Yes, it could be a lot better. But considering it's something I kind of just made up on the go, I think it turned out pretty damn well. I have been using my horse a lot, and then, when I come up to a group of enemies, I will do that because it stuns or immobilizes them and stuff, so that's what I was saying about that one skill has an offensive aspect to it. So the vampiric curse thing that was mentioned is when I'm attacking some of the enemies, you'll see a red thing go above their head. And that indicates that they've been afflicted with the vampiric curse, which they then become vulnerable, and they also will store charges for this thing. That's vampiric curse. But once this hits 8 charges, that's the maximum, so using a defensive macabre or agility skill will unleash the captured souls on enemies. So that's what that does. That's what that is. And those are incredibly powerful. I am going to be quite disappointed when I lose those at the end of the season. However, I do have to say a lot of this build will not be changed by the season ending. This build will still, the majority of, like, the main parts of this build, like the fortify and the werebear parts, and then the subterranean things like that will stay the same after the season. So it will still be powerful, not as powerful obviously, because I will be losing a lot of other benefits that I've got going for me, but a lot of this build will not change at the end of the season, which is very helpful. That's the problem I had with the Necromancer I did last season, is that I relied very heavily on, although they did just introduce something that will allow me to rely on that ability again, but I relied very heavily on one of the Malignant Hearts in the last season, which I lost at the end of the season, so my build was very much impacted by the season ending. However, they did just, in the update that released today, they did introduce Malignant Rings, which give each class has a specific Malignant Ring, which gives an ability that they were able to get from things in the first season. And the one that they introduced for Necromancer just so happens to be the ability that I was relying on with my build. So that build could become viable again. I just have to come across that Malignant Ring, and I don't know how hard that's going to be to find. Oh, it was literally right there. How many do I have? 7. Okay.
Not ready yet.
Okay, come on, where is this thing? Once I find an ancestral version of that helmet that I'm wearing, that will be a great increase to my build. But currently I'm only using the sacred one that I found in World Tier 3. Do I have... Hold on, how long does it have left? 21 minutes. That could be a useful one too, but not to replace something that I've already got, I don't think. Do I have Forbidden City? I do not. Okay, I'll just go and do it then. Because it is a Druid dungeon, so might as well. I've got a ton of shit in here. I am holding on to uniques that I find in case I decide to go with a different build at some point. I can just grab some of those if I need them. I should be able to clear this in 20 minutes. Once I come back out of this dungeon, I might go and do some of the seasonal specific stuff. You may have noticed it on the map. There's an area that was green. Over here, that is the Blood Harvest, which is specific to this season. Where's the... I guess I can't see the little indicator thing. Oh well, anyway. Although, I may actually run into some seasonal specific stuff in here, because you do occasionally. So as long as I hit something, it actually does fortify. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. I thought I had to be hitting an enemy, but as long as it's actually hitting something that it can break. Yeah, I mean, these guys are season specific, but that's not really what I meant by the seasonal specific stuff.
The Knights Penitent have fallen. I hid and listened to the screams as they were torn and devoured by the creatures. I didn't want to end up like the others. Nothing but blood splattering on the floor. The city walls kept us safe, trapped us in. I pray the cathedral sends reinforcements soon. And will have mercy. I'm going to try to escape.
That was a waste of my ultimate. Helltide. Might go and do that actually instead of the other thing, because I could go and... What I've been doing is going out there and trying to going and finding the cursed chests of hell. Or the... Not cursed chest. No. Tortured gift. That's what I was trying to think of. The tortured gift of helms, and trying to get that helmet that I want.
I'm not ready yet.
I have realized that I was mistaken about something previously. I had mentioned something about seeing something about mystery chests out in the Helltide. Helltide. And I went and checked the thing and found a or no, I didn't find anything there, did I? But I was thinking they were talking about just the tortured gift things. There is actually a tortured gift of mysteries, which costs more and drops pretty good items out of it usually. So I was mistaken about that. I was the one who was... Obviously, I was the one who was wrong there. I don't know why I was thinking, oh, they must just mean the tortured gift things. But... it wouldn't be the first time I've seen online I've read about something and they were just referring to something by the wrong name. So, I mean... either way, I did discover that there is actually a tortured gift of mysteries. It's not guaranteed to be in those spots. That's why I didn't find one. But if I go out and do the Helltide, I'll see if I can find one. Because they only appear if you get close to them on the map. You can't see them otherwise. But yeah, they are a tortured gift of mysteries, which costs 250 cinders to open. But it drops multiple... at least the ones I've opened have dropped like 3-4 legendaries from them, so... they are definitely worth it if you can get a hold of the cinders to open them. It's definitely worth it. not gonna complete this dungeon in time, am I? Oh, two of them here, okay. I might.
Not ready. Just wait a minute. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. Just wait a minute. I'm low on spirit.
They've been feeding on me. Please. Get back from me.
Out of spirit.
Oh, that's not... That's not nearly as good as it sounded like it was gonna be. I mean, yes, it's got uses, but... I was really expecting something better than that.
Do not have enough spirit. I must wait a moment.
Okay, how much is left in here, man?
I'm low on spirit. I'm not ready yet. I need more spirit.
Okay, we're almost done. Ah, fuck. Of course.
I need more time. I need time to do that. I need more spirit.
Dang.
Not ready.
Okay. So what was that? What was that unique I just picked up? I haven't been finding very many of them. So that's kind of interesting that I've found 2 now already. I wonder if they changed the drop chance on uniques or something. Either that or I'm just lucky today. Interesting. I've seen that one and is used in some builds, and it sounded like it was pretty powerful.
It is done. There's that.
Minutes left. Okay. I'm going to head out into here for a while. I was so upset the other day. I was out in the Helltide and I came across that Helltide assassin thing. So I'm like, you know what? My character's strong enough. I'm going to try to fight this thing. I wasn't doing enough damage to it, so it was taking forever, but got the thing down. I hate to admit this, it took like 20 minutes, but I got the thing down to less than a fifth of its health bar left, and all of a sudden it just disappears. The Helltide didn't end, it just disappeared. Now, isn't up here where that one mystery chest could be? Or am I getting confused again? Somewhere out here is where the one mystery one could be, right? Okay, what I will do is I will just start heading towards the armor ones and see if I can find a helmet one, and along the way, if I happen across the mystery one, I'll grab it. Or I'll go and check it out at least.
I'm not ready. Do not have enough spirit.
Man, I'm gonna laugh if I get the fucking helmet I've been trying to get for days on this fucking Helltide now.
I'm not ready yet.
I love that combination because it just wipes shit out. I might not come across a tortured gift of mysteries. I'll watch for one, but there's a good chance I won't see one. I might come across a tortured gift of living steel, though. That's another one that you won't see until you get close to it, and then it appears. But those ones cost 300, and you have to fight an elite that's guarding them.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I don't do nearly enough damage to fight it. I'm surprised it just left me alone. Thought for sure it was gonna chase me. Is that the one? Yep, that other person must have killed the elite when they were over here. He'll be back eventually. Yeah, I think it's called He Grins Wide and Waits or something like that.
I'm not ready.
Ah, okay, and now the thing is gone. No, I don't want to go outside of the fucking Helltide to get there.
I'm not ready yet.
As in previous games, those fallen lunatic things that explode will fucking destroy you very fast.
I must wait a bit.
You get hit by that explosion and they will wipe you out real fast. Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Dang.
I need more spirit. I'm not ready.
There's the Portrait of Mysteries. Yep, there's that elite. He grins wide and waits. He attacks you when you interact with the chest. Oh yeah, and the chest will spit those fireballs out. I don't feel like fighting that guy right now, because he's not an easy fight. He's not terribly difficult, but I don't want to take the time to fight him right now.
not ready yet.
I hit the wrong button and got right back off of the horse. Okay, I think I've done enough out here in the Helltide for now. Although I do want to go and check something over there. Okay, let's go and do the blood harvest thing then. I should actually go here first so I can clear out my inventory. Because the blood harvest is a good place to get legendaries and stuff too. In fact, I got quite a few legendaries and uniques out of the blood harvest. Pretty sure that's how I got the helmet I have right now.
I have been starting from nothing. What's left, you ask? What's still got some good in it? What's still got some good in it?
Okay, let's go and do this. So this is basically a very similar concept to the Helltide. You do get unique, or you do get special whispers for the Tree of Whispers. Out here, there's 3 in each of them. I believe you get, let's see, 3 for that one, 3 for that one, 3 for that, or 5 for that one. Okay, so you get a total of 11 if you do all 3. Okay. vampires have taken notice of me. The longer you stay alive out here, the more the vampires will eventually hunt you.
Wait a minute. I need more spirits.
See, I've actually taken to leaving the yellow and blue items behind a lot of times out here, but for now I won't. Later on I might start to, though. These are used for placing pacts on your armor. Pacts. Sorry. Which are required to activate the vampiric powers that I was mentioning back before. The ones that I pointed out in that tab on my stash, or my inventory, I mean. Okay, the vampires see me as a threat. The next step will be that they'll start hunting me. Okay, no, that... It says the Blood Harvest will relocate, but it says that for the Helltide ending, it, for whatever reason, the messages get mixed up.
Not ready.
Okay, they're hunting me. Now it'll say that they've said that there are blood seekers on my trail. In a couple seconds here, it should show up. A pair of blood seekers are on your trail. Okay, so I'm about to get hit with some powerful elites. Right there. Now these are actually other, like, they're not other players, but they're other heroes. Like, they're other druids, other barbarians, rogues, all that. They're actually classes that you can play as that will come and attack you. And the blood harvest can only be in this area, this one, or the area right around here. It will rotate between those. Every time it goes from one of them, it goes to it disappears from one and shows up in another one. Damn it. Hit the wrong button again. Yeah, the blood harvest gets real fucking chaotic, but you get so much good shit out of it. That means somebody activated this thing out here. I want to be part of that. That's why I wanted to be a part of that. Oh shit, they did another one? Okay. Why not? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Are they doing another one? I hope not. I mean, I kind of hope so, but I hope not.
Not ready yet.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah, I didn't have enough blood lures to do that, otherwise I was gonna do one of those. So I'm glad somebody else had one going. Because those things are fucking chaotic, but you get a ton of shit out of them.
See some steel you need.
I cannot salvage that.
What's left, you ask?
Oh, I didn't know you could get that from just other stuff. Interesting. First time I'm seeing that outside of getting it from Lilith.
What's still got some good in it?
Okay, then I gotta go visit the Tree of Whispers. Okay, ancestral ones I will keep separate from sacred. Damn. After this, I might go play my seasonal sorcerer a little bit to show off that build, because that's pretty fun. And it's not even remotely as strong as it could be. But I do kind of want to show that too, because I've been having fun with that one. I've been destroying 23 or 21s
There's that.
and keeping 22 and above because I'm running out of room. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I can play this character more later on too, but I want to show this sorcerer build that I've been using, and this is not even remotely optimized. I'm just using the skills and a couple of and the aspects they recommended for the. This is for the leveling build for it. I haven't switched over to the end game build yet. Mostly because I just don't have the equipment and stuff I need for it. But yeah, this one here. This is the one that I was saying I beat. The fucking capstone dungeon at level 37. Well, I leveled up halfway through it, so I was level 38 when I finished it, but... Yeah, we've got rapid fulmination, basic skills gain 30% attack speed, got bounding conduit, so when I teleport I gain movement speed, protecting just because I haven't found something different for that just yet, elementalist, so core mastery skills gain increased critical strike chance, might, basic skills grant 20% damage reduction. Frost Blitz, that one's helpful. Frost Nova gains an additional charge, but the cooldown per charge is increased by 40%. Storm Swell, you deal 32% increased damage to vulnerable enemies while you have a barrier. Stable Ring, while unstable currents is not active, your shock skills have a 7% chance to trigger a free cast from it. And Recharging Ring. Each time Chain Lightning bounces, gain 2.5 mana. Currently I've got, you know what, are my powers. I could actually try to level up my vampiric powers that I'm using. It randomly chooses 3 of them, so I have to keep using it until I get the ones that I want to level up. There we go. I want to get these up to their maximum level, which is 3. You do that with potent blood that you get from doing, well, for the blood harvest as well as other things, but mainly out in the blood harvest is where you find it. Okay, one more and that'll be maxed out then. This one still needs 3 more. 2 more. Okay, come on. This takes a while. One more. There we go. And then this one still needed 1 more, right? Okay, come on, where the hell is it? There we go. So now my 3 or my 5 that I have equipped are all max level. Okay. So for this character I'm using Arc Lash for my basic, Chain Lightning for my core skill, and I've got Teleport, Frost Nova, Ice Armor, and Unstable Currents. What should I go and do with this character? Are there any sorcerer dungeons that I can do for a thing? I've already done that one. Yeah, why not? Never mind, that ain't... I'm not gonna get there and do that one in time. Fuck. Yeah, why not? I've done this dungeon already, but why not? Again, as I said, this isn't optimized or anything, it's just using the stuff they said to so far.
Rivers of crimson to open the door at the bottom of these tunnels. Our sacrifice shall be rewarded. Salvation is within our grasp. All hail the unholy mother and her divine blood.
See, there was a different build that I've been seeing people use that I was looking at, but I believe the other one was the one that had, there was something that was, I don't know if it's bugged or if it was intended or not, but for whatever reason it was causing damage to tick more often than it was supposed to. And that made it do like 10 times the damage it should have been doing, I guess, according to what I was reading. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need to be doing something like that. I want something that's actually gonna stand up afterwards and isn't going to be like nerfed to beat hell soon. I think that was the shock orb one, I believe, that had the thing that was causing it to do way more damage. And maybe it was this one that was doing that, I don't remember. I read like 3 or 4 different ones and I went with one of them. I just know one of them was having some sort of a bug or something that caused the damage from it to tick way more frequently than it was supposed to, and yeah. It was apparently causing it to do way more damage than it should. Which, I mean, yeah, I get that could be a fun thing to do, but there's no point in doing that because it's just gonna get nerfed when they fix that issue anyway. So, I mean, granted it's still a powerful build, but I don't want to get used to something and then all of a sudden one day have it be doing like 1/10 of the damage it was doing. I don't... And they might have already addressed that issue. That was a few days ago and they did just release a patch today, but I don't know if it's addressing that or not. And that might not be something they even address. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood it when I read it. I don't know. Okay. yeah, once this is actually optimized and you go into the end game build, there's actually, if you get the right equipment and stuff, with like the right rolls and things like that, you don't even need a basic skill because your mana generation is just managed by other stuff. So like you don't need a skill to generate mana. I mean, if I can get this to into the end game build, I am going to try it out, but chances are I won't be doing that this season at least. But I mean, I have been enjoying this build quite a bit. And like I said, it's not even optimized, but it's still pretty powerful. I mean, the survivability at times can be pretty damn squishy, but that's just par for the course with a sorcerer and stuff like that. You're not gonna really find a tanky build for sorcerers. I mean, that's just insane. Wiping out the boss that quickly is just, holy crap. But yeah, that's the other character I've been playing this season. Obviously, the Druid is a lot more powerful, but I can see if this one continues to scale at the rate it has been, it will be a much more powerful character than that Druid is.
That looks worn. I can fix it. There's that.
Damn. But I don't have that thing for it. Until I get that aspect, I won't keep a ring.
I can break that down. You can still use these.
Okay, well, that will be it for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.